Welcome back, folks. Toaster here. Got another replay for you. This time it's an ace tanker in my Progetto 46. And this is a fairly long game, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the setup and the teams and that kind of thing during the game. Now, you notice that we are topped here. We're on the map Cliff, and we're on what I would consider to be the worst side of Cliff, because if the enemy can come up on this side, they can kill you. And that's exactly what they do. But this Cromwell is making the wrong move. And if you ever decide that you're going to play Cliff, you can come to this bush and not even get spotted if nobody is in the middle and get some free damage. So we're able to take out that Cromwell. Now keep in mind there are 3 artillery in this game, and I will be dodging artillery all game long. There's a good example. Right? And so I'm going to show you how I sort of dodge artillery or try to escape it. I try not to get spotted very much, and when I am spotted, it's only if I'm going to do damage. So we're up 1-0, but it's not going to stay that way. Their Progetto is in quite a good position, in my opinion, except that he is open for arty, so that can be a problem. So here comes a Chi-Ri, which is not the best tank in the world, but we're going to go ahead and auto-aim him and get a couple of shots into him and back off. So what we didn't want to do is take 3 shots. He's got basically a 390 alpha, right? So I didn't want to take 3 shots from him. And so let me silence my phone here. But yeah, that's kind of the key here. But we are permanently spotted here, so I would assume arty is over in like K1 area. So I'm trying to stay safe from them. And a splash does 196 damage to me. So anyway, that's arty for you. So we're just playing patiently, and we're just kind of waiting. And you'll notice that they've got like 3 guys in the middle, and I'm the only one here. They're all lower tier, but if I continue to sit here, it's going to be a bad thing. Now that Chi-Ri fires 2 rounds, and so we're going to go ahead and fire all 3 of ours, and we're able to take him out of the game. So that does empty our clip, and it allows an E25 to kind of climb up the hill. But there's really, and I probably should have caught that and probably should have punished him, but I did not. You see things after games that you should have done, but anyway, in this case, we're doing the best we can here. So we've got 1 line covered. We've got a fair amount of tanks over around the horn on 9 line, which to me is a poor position because of the artillery. But arty still seems to like to shoot at me. So one thing you'll notice, okay, so I'm kind of stuck here, right? The way this map works, if this E25 is up top, I cannot come out very far before I get lit by him. And also, he'll shoot me, of course. So it really traps me. It also opens up this side of the map for the enemy. But one of the things that the enemy does is, as I shoot a column, is this light tank just drives right out in the open, and I'm not sure why he does that, but he could have driven, he's fast, right? He could have come back down and driven all the way around and then come back this way. But he chose to go the short way, and it ended up costing him his life. So it's 5-7. We're down on a few HP. And our Yag 88, it looks like he's probably going to die to arty. That'd be my guess. He's been stunned. So arty is leaving me alone for the meantime. And that's one of the things that you've got to kind of think about and notice, which I don't always do. I certainly didn't do at this time, as this Progetto lights us. So one thing about that Progetto is he's isolated, right? There's really nothing there helping him. And I know that because I've got a King Tiger here that would spot anything that crosses. So I'm relatively certain that he's alone. But I can't cross this gap and come around and shoot at him until this E25 is gone. So, I don't know why our Scorpion decides he's going to push, but he does. And it's kind of unfortunate because he probably takes a lot of damage with that push. I don't know what this A43's decided to do, but he's going to pay the price for it. So sometimes people make rash decisions thinking it's going to work out. But I had a Hellcat and a Jagdtiger behind me, and there's 3 arties. So pushing into the enemy's base is a poor idea. Now, notice the C-25 is on the far side. He just killed our Scorpion, right? So I know he's not in a position to spot me, and that's when I cross. I'm going to make my move now, and I'm going to try and get rid of the most dangerous tank on their team, which is their Progetto, right? So here we go. And now the map is quite open for us. And the Hellcat shoots me and tracks me. So I know that he's back up on that knoll, and that's fine. But I'm just trying to dodge arty, as you can see me moving back and forth, and they are just guessing where I'm at, right? And one of them guessed right. Took us down to 700 health. But we do have 2,500 damage and 500 assist. And so the HTC has pushed. Now, the problem with the HTC is in the position that he's in, he's going to permanently light these guys over here, right? And so these guys are permanently lit. So I don't really want to go back there, but the Hellcat is also lighting him, and we have our 3 artillery. Now the artillery is not in the greatest position, but I position myself so that I can sit where I'm not spotted by this HTC, and also I know this VK is coming up here. So that's what we're going to do, is position ourselves as he is basically totally focused on, and I should have kept going when I fired that shot because I took a shot of damage I didn't need to there, but he was totally focused on our Hellcat, and that basically allowed me to do a punch of damage to him. So we're up to 4 kills, 3,200 damage, and we keep losing health to arty, right? It's just little chip damage, but, and there's another shot, but they just continue to chip away at me. So I can't really continue to let them to do that. So right now I'm just going up to see if I get lit, and the Hellcat does not light me, which tells me he does not have fantastic view range, right? And also I've got a pretty good camo crew. So I want you to notice in chat, Osprey 147 says, should I go? And I said no. And the reason I don't think he should go is he's got an ISU 152 in front of him, and I can't push this side with this Hellcat here and 3 artillery, or 2 artillery alive. Guess one of them got taken out. And so I'm just going to blind fire for artillery a little bit here. So I can't push this side, and if he pushes this side alone, he's a 2-shot for that ISU. So I don't want him to die, right? So I'm going to decide, it's getting down to the wire. There's 5.5 minutes left, and I'm going to make a decision to try and light artillery, right? Because blind firing's great, but in reality, you're probably not going to hit them. So we're going to go down the way we came, and we're going to go around the long way, because if you go the short way, this is a lesson in not getting spotted, right? Because if you go the short way, even if nobody damages you, you get spotted, now arty knows where you're at. So then they can pre-aim that area. and if you get spotted again, they can shoot it. Or more than likely, they're going to blind fire it at this point in the game. They've been blind firing me plenty. So we're going to come around up to this knoll and see if we can spot artillery. Hoping not to get spotted or proxy spotted by the ISU. And not to get spotted by the Hellcat. Now, the Hellcat I know doesn't have fantastic view range. So I'm fairly certain that I will not get spotted here. And it's also possible that he is behind the rock. I don't know what's going on with my mouse, but he might be behind the rock too. So, and then we're going to go ahead and take our shots and take out the artillery. We don't even get lit for it, which is great. So now we know where the ISU is, and our King Tiger is in trouble, right? So we've got to get down and help him, even though it could get us killed. I wish he would have listened to me and just stayed a little more patient, but he didn't, and that's okay. At least he listened for a while, you know, and that was really helpful. So we're going to come around, of course, behind this ISU, and we should be perfectly safe because the Hellcat is not in a position to shoot us, we don't believe. And we do take out the ISU, and now we know exactly where that guy's at. And of course, he's up there in the position I figured he would be. So again, he's not spotted us himself, so I assume he does not have great view range. And I don't realize this, we're up to 4,200 damage, that I only have 2 shells left, so I've fired a lot of ammo this game. But we're looking for our top gun here. And there he is. And we miss our shot, our first shot, but we do not miss our second shot. And we finish the game off with 6 kills. Let's go ahead and look at the after action on this. Okay, here we are at the after action. We did get an ace tanker with a high caliber and a top gun. And if you look at the tanks that we either killed, shot, or spotted, it is the vast majority of the enemy team, right? So that's always a good sign when you've impacted the game that much. So 4,400 damage, 6 kills. We already knew that. 1,591 base XP. Their E25 did 1175, and he also spotted for 1,400. So going up on the hill was really important for him. And of course, the artilleries are all top of the team, right? So we were able to kind of carry that game because we were able to hide from the artillery. 27 shots fired, 22 hits, 21 pens, and we fired a bunch of blind shots, so that's okay. We did fine there. 189,000 credits and 2,600 experience for our crew. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope that helps a little bit on Cliff from the South Start. If you guys have other questions about Cliff, please do ask, and we'll try and talk about it. It plays different at high tiers, like tier 10, than it does even at tier 8. But with 3 arties, the big key is just to stay safe. You know, that's the biggest key in the whole thing. So appreciate you guys watching. Tonester out.